Don't worry
Good
about
morning,
it.
Jeremiah.
Good.
Or afternoon, East Coast time.
Yeah, the real time here. It's afternoon.
It's so dark, it just feels like morning.
Yes, welcome to a dark and drizzly day at the Magic Kingdom. But it is Christmas time.
You can't tell been there, though.
No. But wait, as soon as the lens focuses. What's that in the distance you see? Could it be? Why, yes, it's a Christmas tree. I wasn't trying to rhyme. I don't know how that just
sounded like you were.
I know. As I'm saying, I'm like, wait,
complete with like the
happening?
jingle and jolliness and everything.
So, hi guys, welcome to our walk and talk of at least Main Street, USA. We know that the description said the Christmas stuff here at the Magic Kingdom, but I believe the past 4 walk and talks we've done here have been the Christmas stuff at the Magic Kingdom. So
my apologies to everybody. I was the one who wrote that.
Oh no, that wasn't. This was we had the conversation last night about a walk and talk here, and then our CEO kind of mentioned like, hey, what about
Tammy?
Hello from Australia. And then our CEO said something about the resorts of the Magic Kingdom. I was like, hey, that's a great idea. And we have not walked the new path while we did a walk and talk, because that'll be lots of entertainment for people to watch me walking on a path. And
as somebody who did I walked that path the other night, I'll tell you, it's nice, and I love having that option, but not a lot to look at right now.
Here's something nice to look at.
Beautiful. Greetings to you too, Colin.
New Hampshire. That's got to be cold up there. Or is that North Hollywood?
I'm pretty sure it's New Hampshire.
Okay.
He says it's a little cloudy, but not a bad day overall.
Is he describing here or there?
I think both.
For anybody that is watching, please, as you've seen, make comments. Request me to do stuff. We only got until they get out of Main Street to do anything here, but we will be taking a long walk around the Seven Seas Lagoon, which is something we've not done live.
So I have a question, and
yes.
Anybody else, feel free to jump in on this too. You know what I did for the first time in literally years the other day?
If you're going to say the treehouse, I'm not going that way.
No. I played Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
It is very popular today. I think almost every window I've walked past, there have been people playing Sorcerers.
Yeah, I haven't done it in a long time. And I was like, I forgot. And a friend of mine pointed out, he was like, this is like the Disneyland game on the Xbox. You just kind of go back and forth throughout the park.
Yeah.
Lee wants to know if the park feels busy.
Yes, the park does feel busy, Lee. Welcome,
it looks
Lee.
Busy too.
We were seeing the line for Mickey's Fill Her Magic going back to the Cinderella fountain, which that's a long line.
Yeah.
Pirates was running about a 45 to 55, with the line going back to almost the Adventureland Plaza entrance area. But down this way, it's not too bad.
Well, everybody's already in the park.
Yes. I don't think we're supposed to say happy, but it's Pearl Harbor Day. A day that shall live in infamy.
I suddenly want to see the American Adventure.
So flags are at half-staff, which it's funny. I had updated my photos on my Facebook to my pictures from Pearl Harbor, and I looked at the flag as I was driving past the Contemporary and went, why is the flag at half-staff? Oh, that's right. And
look up at the tree. Please.
Tree.
Nice.
Dapper Dans.
Are they on the train station? Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I feel like this could be their permanent residence for quite a while. Also, looks like there may be some progress on our train.
Yeah, I saw that the tarps were up the other day, and I don't feel like they have been, but I feel like you're more of a source on that for me.
This is something that I love. The nobody's standing in the middle. There's only 3 dams. That's awkward.
I was going to say there's only 75% of the dance today.
So they're 3-part harmony right now.
I'm being asked by our CEO to have you go under the train station. Oh, go under the present with the toy soldier and flip the switch for the tree.
Sorry, I'm past that part of the main street. I won't be able to turn the lights on for the tree. Maybe next time.
I remember when they had that big whole ceremony doing that with the Osborne lights at the studios, and somebody actually thought that switch did it. And I was like, okay. Be sure to get your hand stamped on the way out. That way you can come back in later.
Okay, so there are the monorail entrances.
So I noticed this the other night, and we'll probably see it again here. I like that the pathway is marked on a sign, and then it's not for about 3 more signs.
Yeah. Yeah. Grand Floridian walkway with an arrow that's kind of deceiving. It's up and to the left.
Which would put you in the water there.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we have the boat dock, or boat resort launches, boat dock 2. And this really nice, lattice setup.
And then this is new because the ones from this launch didn't used to go to Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness. They went to Grand Floridian and Polynesian.
Mm-hmm. And that was, right where the dock was.
Yeah.
And now it's way down here.
So again, for those of you just joining us, I know we said we were at the Magic Kingdom. We have left the park, and we are now taking a delightful stroll along the edge of the Seven Seas Lagoon towards the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, as that sign says, and the Polynesian Village Resort, excuse me.
Disney's Polynesian Village Resort and Disney Vacation Club home.
Is it your vacation club home?
I am not a vacation club member. I learned at a very early visit. I do the parks much like a teenager, where I don't need to be in my room other than the time to sleep and shower.
They have smaller rooms available on the Disney Vacation Club.
Yes. And if I did join the vacation club, I would have found a way to get the Poly, because that is my favorite resort. Here's our lattice. There's the monorail station.
That's not a salad.
Sorry, was that Doobie on here?
Nope.
I enjoyed this. They've been working on this area since all this came about, and it looks like they're completely redoing what they just finished.
We laughed at this the other night when we walked down this because here's these great benches, but you can't sit on them. There's a barrier there.
Yeah, they were open the first couple of days, but now I think it's because I think that was the designated smoking area now.
Okay.
But I don't know anymore. This is actually the busiest I've seen this path. I got 2 families ahead of me.
I think it's interesting that they're both also leaving. They're not coming to.
Yeah.
I guess at this time of day it would be a mix of both.
Yeah, now's a good time to go take your break. It is 59 degrees out here, so with little ones, it's not a, hey, let's spend all day. It's fine when they're sweating to death, but when it's a little chilly,
I
gotta
was
call
gonna say,
it
I think
quits.
the inverse of that is true too. When it's 98 with a 110 heat index, I need to go to the pool.
Yeah. This is one of those things that's still, that there's no fence, but from here over to underneath the monorail track.
Well, now that you've said that,
I know, they'll put one up tomorrow. But I also still believe that this pathway is still a hidden gem. And
yes,
the couple of times I've walked it, I've enjoyed it greatly.
yeah. I haven't done it in the warmth or humidity yet, so I'm a little afraid of Floridian insects when it comes to that in the summertime. But so far, it's been great.
The first time I did it was right after it opened, and it was a warm day. And I will say, yep, definitely got some few. I kept the indigenous species alive here.
For those who are unfamiliar, we're talking about mosquitoes, the skeeters.
Yes. There's the backstage area where all the construction equipment were coming through. And for anybody that isn't familiar with this path, at one point it was the walk around the world where they had the tile or the bricks that you could purchase, put your name and date and everything on there. And they went all the way to this water area, this little cut through where the electric water pageant floats go. And then it just dead ended. So what they finally did was they completed the walk around the world when they took out the bricks they used to be able to purchase that were touted as the walk around the world bricks.
Now, did that end just before where the bridge is? We were trying to figure that out the other night.
Yeah, I don't think it was to the water yet, but it was definitely closer to it. There's one of the old Animal Kingdom boats floating out in Seven Seas Lagoon.
Now, is it full of caged tarantulas for everybody to view?
I can't hear Just Plain Mark and Zippy talking, so I'm not sure. By the way, R.I.P. Radio Disney. Did you even hear that while you were on vacation?
Which part?
Radio Disney is going away.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. Lee wants to know if there's any BGM on the walkway. I didn't hear any when I did it.
So we just passed a cast member sweeping, which was the first that I've seen. There's no BGM and there are no trash cans. From the time you walk onto the pathway at the boat launch till the time you cross over the bridge at Grand Floridian, no trash cans, no nothing.
I didn't notice the trash can until you pointed it out just now.
Yeah, it was one of those weird things that I'm like, yeah, when you're out here, usually by this time, nobody's eating or drinking, but by this time, people are done eating and drinking that started at one point or another. And this is a nice area to, just because it's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Here goes the monorail.
Which one? We'll see in a
Gold.
second.
Thank you. I was going to do that too, but I miss monorail honks. So yeah, if you're, staying at one of these resorts, it's a nice walk. If you're one of the guests that is staying or that walks out after the end of the night when the monorail lines are an hour long or the ferry boat lines are an hour long, 10, 15 minutes, you could walk all the way over to the TTC.
I think it took us maybe like between 25-ish minutes or so. We also kind of stopped a little bit here and there, but
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
So there's the waterway, and in the distance you can see.
You can see it, yeah.
And here comes another monorail. Yeah, those are the floats for the electric water pageant that sadly have not returned as of yet.
It looks like the canal's kind of growing over a little bit too.
Yeah. I mean, they did some beautiful work on this bridge.
Now, is this a suspension bridge?
No, it's a swinging bridge.
Why don't we explain that?
So just down there, can't really see much, but there is a motor, and I'll turn around in 1 second and show. So right here, this part of the bridge will start like this, and I believe it swings out. And that will let the water pageant go in and out, or any traffic that needs to go. So I can't really think of any bridges like that in Disney history to compare it to,
Yeah.
but they definitely have the gates and everything to shut it off for guest traffic. And to be the nerd that I am, when it does open, I will find a way to come out here and stand and watch them close that and watch the pageant float by.
I feel like somebody, I'm sure, will correct me on this, who might also be familiar, but I'm fairly confident the one for the train in Frontierland that connects to the Rivers of America and the maintenance area for that, I think, is also some kind of similar system.
Yes, that is. I want to say the one there, though, the pivot is in the center.
Yeah, it's in the middle.
This is at the end. And by the way, that's just. But yeah, it's just nice, peaceful walk. I mean, the BGM, I don't think I actually paid much attention to it the 2 times I've walked it, but it is very, very quiet out here. Some of the wilderness.
Orange groves, as far as the eye could see.
One of the benefits here at Florida is space for everything we can think of.
The blessing of size. I'll give everybody a fun reminder. Although the headline says live from the Magic Kingdom, we are walking along the Grand Floridian walkway outside of it, connecting the Magic Kingdom to the resorts of the Magic Kingdom resort area.
We'll see some pretty Christmas trees at the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian. Maybe get a peek at some of the work going on at the Polynesian as they're redoing the ceremonial house for the second time in, I want to say it's been less than 5 years.
I thought it was less than 10.
Yeah, because I know when I came out here about 8 years ago, they still had the main center volcano area, and then it was announced that it was going to change, and they went through and changed all that out and put in the small water feature, removed the stream that was in the back. Now, sadly, they've removed both the little ponds that were in the front area of the hotel. Hopefully those will return in some form or another.
Tammy throwing out some fun facts for us to talk about. That hotel looks like Del Coronado in San Diego, California.
Why, yes, Tony. Yes, Tony. yes, it is. It is based on that hotel.
That was an Eisner decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was one of Eisner's big ones.
Yeah, his big pet project. Why, in fact, I'm pretty sure that's why there was a bar in the Grand Floridian called Meisner's Lounge, named after him. I didn't realize that until later because I was always calling it Misner's. But
so here's the end of the walkway. That looks like at some point it
Cue the
could go
Boys to Men.
further.
And now we've come to the end of the Grand Floridian Walkway.
Yeah, so they went through and designed this area to definitely they could add on a few more.
That
But-
that heads out to I feel like that's going to be like the cast lot for Grand Floridian.
No, it heads right to the road.
Yeah.
There is parking out there, but
Yep.
this, that's the road that just went through. And they added this bridge, which we definitely underplayed. This is a nice, beautiful bridge.
I was thinking that the other night. I was like, has this always been here? Everybody's talking about the swing bridge. What about this one?
And we come upon our first trash can.
I can't remember if I put a water bottle in there or not. If I did, I apologize.
That's okay. I heard that
Recycle.
they go through all the trash and pull out recyclables.
Colin says that whole thing looks great.
It is very great, very nice and relaxing, and you get views like this.
Rebecca the Fifth says, hello, boys. Hello,
Oh.
Rebecca.
It's about time our Highness showed up. I haven't heard from her in a while.
Again, guys, we are live walking through these pathways connecting all the resorts of the Magic Kingdom resort area and the shoreline of the Seven Seas Lagoon. Feel free to comment. Feel free to ask Jeremiah to do tricks or focus on is that monorail lime or monorail yellow?
Lime.
Lime. Also, while you're here, like, subscribe, get notified whenever we go live from the parks or pathways around them.
We bring you the things that you never thought you needed to see.
I'm not gonna lie, if I weren't doing this with you today, I would be watching it anyway.
So we come up to the side of Grand Floridian. By the way, these birds have gotten huge. There was one in the Magic Kingdom that
Nature
was
is healing
standing right above the where they sell the turkey legs next to Hall of Presidents.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably as full neck, I would say 4 feet tall. And then it went flying over to join its friends around this poor couple that had turkey legs, and I felt like that they were about to start an Alfred Hitchcock film.
But isn't that like avian cannibalism?
Yes.
Okay.
They don't care.
Tammy wants to know, they don't decorate it like Disneyland. Yes, they do decorate it, and we'll see that here in a minute. I just don't think they do all the exterior buildings.
Yeah, this out here, the exterior, especially the back area, they don't do much. The front and the inside, they normally do quite a bit. This year it's a little bit more subdued because of everything going on, but they still have one of the most beautiful trees in here. I know Doobie and I did a walk and talk in here a few weeks ago when it reopened, and just seeing the Grand Floridian is a beautiful sight.
Turn around really quick. I remember we came out and we saw a view that I was like, this has been here this whole time. You could it's like a little, right down there. And you can see the castle and everything off in the distance.
A little amphitheater.
Yeah. A friend of mine who was with us that got married recently was like, why did I not know about this spot? Yeah, it's right there.
Yep.
I guess
Nice.
normally full of boats also.
Yeah.
And the is it still? I know there's the Grand One, and they used to have that's the big yacht, and then they used to have one called the Breathless, which was named after the Dick Tracy character, Breathless Mahoney, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a quiet day here at the Grand
Oh.
Floridian.
Tammy meant in terms of the decorations, at the monorail. They don't decorate that one like Disneyland.
Every now and then we get a wrap on the monorails out here. I can't I think the last one may have been Monsters U.
I know they did
feel
Toy
like
Story 4 because
that was
Benson was on the side of it, and that pulled up right next to me, and that was terrifying.
Benson, the ventriloquist dummy, not the
Yes.
butler,
No,
played by Robert Guillaume.
the voice of Rafiki. The best one, though, Jeremiah, I think we agree on.
Tron.
The Tronorail.
Yep. That was probably the biggest one.
Yep.
I mean, I remember they did the Avengers one, but the Tronorail was... I was upset that when I was in California, to bring it back to our normal conversation from last night, they did a pin of the Tronorail, and that's one of those ones I've never been able to acquire.
You're, of course, referring to Disney's parks, or I'm sorry, Dig a Little Deeper Live.
Dig a little merchandise live, yes.
Our hit series on Laughing Place that digs a little deeper into the history and lore of attractions, but you guys went into some hardcore merchandise talk, didn't you?
An hour of merchandise talk, yes. So here we have the Grand Floridian.
I like how you whisper like it's a library.
There's a lot of people around.
Okay.
I'm talking in my head enough. Yeah, and the ornaments here are decorated like the 12 days of Christmas. It is very fancy and
Very
elegant.
fancy and elegant. Oh, we're at the Grand Floridian. Oh.
I have my pinky out.
But there is one thing notably missing from the Grand Floridian this year, isn't there?
Yes. Normally, for those of you who have not visited during the holidays, this is the home of the not just a gingerbread display, but a full gingerbread store that takes weeks to design and bake. And then in it, they will sell shingles and, all sorts of fun gingerbread stuff. There we go.
It's beautiful. Oh, now that's a giant bird cage, right? Right there on the left. Pretty bird inside this gilded cage.
Doobie, if you're listening, please.
Did he like Aladdin the musical at California Adventure? And I said Pretty Bird. It's Lucky Bird. Sorry, everybody.
Yes, he did, but I believe he has the exact same, I've said this before. That song is the Cheer Up Charlie of live
right, I
Disney.
forgot you said that. And up above, I was talking about Meisner's Lounge earlier, but now it's the, correct me if I'm wrong, the Enchanted Rose Tavern?
Enchanted Rose something or other. I will go up there and take a look at that.
But it's the new, loosely themed, I think, Beauty and the Beast lounge area.
Yes, it's beautiful in there, but it is also a lounge, and it is a very expensive lounge. Their signature drinks are $12, $15. I mean, that's kind of the cost of the lounges anyway, but
yeah.
And for those of you horror fans, this staircase is creepy enough to be in one of those.
I was just noticing the thermostat, and I was like, oh, Jeremiah, lower the AC in the lobby.
It is actually kind of warm in here. Like, I have a sweatshirt on, and okay, I'm regretting that now.
Now, I will say this is a hidden gem, I think. I don't know about this year, but in New Year's past, I've come here for New Year's Eve. Have you ever done New Year's Eve here?
No, I'm usually either the crazy one in the Magic Kingdom or in Epcot.
That's crazy for sure. The lobby, they put balloons all along the roof, and then the lobby down there where you're looking right now fills with people. They clear it all out, and they do the countdown with champagne toast, everything like that, and then all the balloons just rain down at midnight, and then all the fireworks will go away. So everybody will do that, and then run outside for the Magic Kingdom fireworks.
Nice. Sorry, hang on. Let me get right in the center for everybody just to sit and enjoy this. Hope you're all enjoying your hot cocoa, maybe with a nice cinnamon stick in it.
We're doing a Grand Floridian Yule log television broadcast style. Is there any live music going on there right now?
There is not currently. I know that the pianist has returned, but he does not seem to be out. But there is some nice background music.
Ah, the Enchanted Rose is closed.
It opens at 4 till 11, but
Aren't these people on vacation? It shouldn't be at 4.
It is just beautiful. It gives a great view out in Seven Seas Lagoon.
Yep.
And it has a second room over here. And this is more based on the live action Beauty and the Beast. Back in the cabinet, they have the Lumiere and Cogsworth and Mrs. Potts. Up on the mantle of the fireplace, you can kind of see the rose.
Yeah, I was just going to point that out, yeah.
And then just beautiful lighting. There's a nice tour of a closed lounge. Everybody should come and see.
It's more open than the one that you'll probably pass by at Polynesian in a little bit.
Had to bring that up, didn't you?
Sorry. My friends were very disappointed when we made the walk through the night. They're like, oh, we can end it blankety blank. And I said, no, you can't.
I'm not sure what the recreation person has on the table down there. So we may swing down there, see what goodies can be got.
I think we all agree with JR here. It is simply beautiful.
It is practically perfect in every way.
Well, see, now you got to go show the one in the ground down on the lobby. I know. Wait, no, hold on. I know there's Peter Pan. There's Mary Poppins in there too, right?
I think she's back in the 1900 Park Fair.
Okay. I know she's in the tile work, though.
And here's
Donald.
There's Mickey. Pluto's kind of center stage there.
Good.
And Minnie. And then Goofy. And Goofy is the only one that actually has pupils. All the others are just kind of silhouette-y.
Wait, Pluto didn't?
Well, Pluto, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
The dogs, or as somebody questioned, the cow.
I saw that debate. I stayed out of it, but... Now, to the left of that tree, that's a bird cage, right?
Yes, I believe.
I'm not doing it again, sorry.
In the early days, they actually had birds in there. That was before my time, but, different stories that I've heard. And, of course, basin. So if you happen to be staying here and you want a nice bath bomb or some of your custom soaps, you can come here to Basin to purchase, and you don't have to go to Disney Springs.
Oh, it was snowy. I thought that one was called Scary. And I was like, I don't know if I'd want a soap called Scary.
As it melts, it just turns into a hand that comes out. There's the one for Rebecca V.
Her Majesty.
There's the basic one.
No, but that's a basin one.
Oh, okay. Why did we just do that?
I know on the left, that's kind of been like a string of different things in the last decade or so. The other stores, because now it's a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Yeah, and that is still closed.
Yes. As are the ones at Disney Springs and Magic Kingdom as well.
Correct. So there is Tinkerbell. So we're going to walk down the staircase of horrors once again. Citrico's, which has amazing dining, and Victorian Albert's, which I've never been to. The $300 price tag or whatever it is currently currently it's nothing, but that is one of those places that I've always went, I don't need to go there.
I think it's, if not the only one of like maybe two restaurants in Walt Disney World that have a strict dress code.
Yes.
I've never done either. The only two places I've eaten here are 1900 and the Grand Floridian Cafe.
Yeah, I only ate at Citrico's. At one point, they did a monorail dining, and you started the contemporary with a drink and soup, and then you stopped at Polly for an hors d'oeuvre and a drink, and then you stopped here for dinner at Citrico's, and then you ended up back at Contemporary. So it was an amazing event, especially with all the alcohol that was there.
I was going to say, I've done it unofficially, basically a monorail bar crawl, but I feel like that's more elegant and classy, what you did.
Yes. And again, it really helps that, I'm the token alcoholic in our group.
Yeah, I think that might have been passed down to me lately.
Well, I don't drink at all, so.
Oh, okay. And yes.
It really was like, it was a great event, but at the same time, I was just like, there is so much alcohol that they kept trying to hand me. And by the last location, the escorts were like, he doesn't need any. He's okay. Soda? Oh, that's right. We're going to walk over and see what the recreation person has on his table. Also, a mini tree for the kids. Not Minnie Mouse, but...
I'd laugh if it had mini stuff on it.
Oh, it looks like a stuffed teddy bear.
Oh, a teddy bear.
I'm actually a little surprised that we're only at 38 minutes. I kind of feel like I've walked through here for about 20 minutes.
It didn't take you. We were out of Magic Kingdom by minute 10. So, what we got?
Make a snowman. Thank you. It was a popsicle snowman. You craft it yourself.
With like cotton?
There was no cotton, but it definitely had the googly eye things that you stuck on it and everything.
So it looked like it might just be a repurposed make your own Forky kit.
Probably.
What characters we got right there? Look down.
You can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
I'm 95% sure Mary Poppins is one of them somewhere.
She is, but you know where she is?
1900 Park Fair?
No.
The main entrance?
The Disney Vacation Club.
Ah!
Because they have the...
Right. They have the fountain.
Yes.
One of the best fountains.
Yeah, we're going to go around that because we're going to follow the path. But the water feature here has reopened. Let's see if we can see the hat tip. This is one of those ones that I've always just wanted to play in because, oh, there it goes.
I just like the theming on that one. I feel like most of the deluxe resorts have these now. Actually, most of the resorts, period. Because I know Caribbean Beach has one too.
Mm-hmm.
But that one's one of the more fun ones.
Yeah, for the longest time, I want to say Alice in Wonderland was tied to the Grand Floridian. But now it kind of varies in between Mary Poppins, Alice, and the princesses, I want to say overall.
Because I know they used to even do the Alice tea time,
Hmm.
but I haven't seen that in a long time.
And at one point, they would have it was Cinderella and Prince Charming would start on the upper level, and they would do a production. They would come down the grand staircase. They would dance, and then they would get little kids to dance with them. And it was really cute, but that was a few years ago, and sadly, most of the entertainment at this time is still on hiatus.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Barbara says she used to work the reservation office at Victoria and Albert's years ago. She misses the Grand.
Barbara, how much was it when you worked there for Victoria and Albert?
That's a good question. Is anybody in the pool?
No.
I didn't think so. It's you can kind of tell, like in that shot it looks beautiful outside, but
Yeah.
today it's what, 58 degrees outside?
Yeah, it was 59 just before I started. The sun has kind of come out, so it's warmed up. Of course, just now the wind kicks in. But it is beautiful out here. This is the weather. When Doobie asked me and he complains about me whining about it being so hot on most of our walk and talks, this is the weather. If I could do a walk and talk, I'd be out every single day doing this.
So I go back to that idea. I feel like if it were one of those 98-degree days with 110 humidity heat index, we would have ended it right there probably.
Yeah. We got some ducks cleaning themselves. They're enjoying this day. If we wait long enough, maybe the surf machine will kick in. $135.
With that wine pairing.
Can you look up how much it is currently, or how much it was?
I'll look that up, but I'm curious. Barbara, when did you work there? It said years ago, but nothing specific.
I feel like $135 you can't get a dinner at most places for more than, like, a family of 4 is well above that. So 135 with a 7-course meal, I believe it was. And
Oh,
we were off
no, you were pretty right on when you said it earlier.
300.
First course. Well, that's an international caviar tasting. Hold on. These are all enhancements. It doesn't even say like the base because it's not available.
How much was the international caviar enhancement?
The international caviar tasting as a first course enhancement seems to be an additional to whatever the price is, $295.
$295 for fish eggs?
French Siberian Osetra, half ounce 143 or full ounce 285. American Snake River White Sturgeon, Royal Belgium Platinum, half ounce or full ounce.
Wow. I'm really glad I never got the urge for the fishy eggs.
There's a 6th course enhancement of Miyazaki Japanese beef. That's an additional $60.
That sounds like it'd be worth it.
But yeah, it's not showing me much else. I just got a direct message. Victoria and Albert's is $185 right now.
Currently?
Current.
Oh, so
unless you want the caviar, in which case you're looking at $485.
I'm not paying more for caviar than I am for the entire meal. But then again, $185. Thanks, I'll go get the burger. So here we have the wedding pavilion.
Or snails and oysters. Yuck.
I was wondering what an oyster yuck was. Some of the last walk around the world bricks.
Mm-hmm. Did you look to your right really quick? I think you already passed by it, though. It just says restrooms. You can't see it. Fans of Disney Trivia Live, I know coming up Doobie asked me to co-host with them, and we'll have a Martin Short quiz. Just remember that building. As Franck's, a reference to the classic Steve Martin film, starring Martin Short as well, Father of the Bride.
I was like, I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, that's the name of the wedding planning area, because Franck was the wedding planner in Father of the Bride, played by Martin Short. And it's called Franck's. It's one of the more, in my opinion, one of the more subtle or at least overlooked references of names and stuff at Disney World.
It's very quiet out here also. So yeah, there's no BGM on this walkway. So you can also tell that you've hit the Polynesian village side because the light posts have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, up here we have the trash cans. I feel like how much trash can talk we've done, I should be promoting magicaltrash.com that showcases trash cans from Disney parks around the world.
Barbara said she worked there between 2003 and 2004. She was wrong. At the time, it was $95. She used to type the menus for the guests.
She had Jimmy John? Was that what it said? She had subs? No.
I had Jimmy Johnson and a former Disney executive and others. Chef Scott Hunnell is the absolute best at VNA.
So this is the backside.
And you said there's no BGM?
Nothing.
So for those who don't know what we're talking about, BGM is background music, also called area loops. I just had somebody ask what that was. That's pretty. Use that iPhone 12 focus.
So another use for trash cans while they're not collecting trash is to keep you at a distance from the gate. That is the area for the luau that also sadly has been closed since March, and at this time, no plans for it to return.
The Spirit of Aloha, was it still that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have some of the work going on here at the hotel, the Polynesian Village Resort, that's transforming their rooms into more the Polynesian theme with a touch of Moana.
Touch of Moana. And I don't know if they said it was in the well, maybe it was in the rooms. I don't remember, but I know they said it was kind of going to go throughout the resort.
Yeah. But I do feel that this refurbishment is one of the quickest. I know it's usually, I'm sure, either our CEO or our news desk person may be able to clarify that. But the renovations of the hotels used to go in cycles. And I want to say this one is quicker. This one's 4 or 5 years where they're normally like 7 or 8.
I know it was recently, because that's when they switched it back to the Polynesian Village.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was right at the time when they built Trader Sam's.
But I feel like it went a long time before that one, though.
Yeah, it was, if anything, it was just basic refreshes to the room. This wall
is deceiving.
Yeah, they have these walls everywhere.
Well, when we walked it the other night, there were people around it stopped there kind of confused, but they had an A-frame that said, go this way.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, can you go that way? And they followed us, thought we were like hopping the fence or something. I'm like, nope, you're good. It's okay. And on your left, all the boats are gone from there still too, right?
Yes, and I know for a fact, because I've stood out here in line many a times for Trader Sam's, the background music out here is off.
Okay.
Yep, there's one of the fishing excursions that is a catch and release. And
That's
then
one of those
again,
little things I've never done out here.
giant bird. I've always wanted to do the fishing at the Port Orleans Riverside because they have the small little area. But again, I've never been a big fisher anyway, so why I would decide to do it now. There we go.
And it's closed. That's what we were talking about earlier. How did I just now realize the handle for the Grotto was a
Boat cleat
or a
Yeah.
boat? I've opened that door I don't know how many times, and I just realized that.
Here's one of my favorite things. This piece of art is a submarine grotto concept art. And the person who was in charge of doing the art from the art library or the archives was somebody that I got a chance to talk to, and it asked over and over again where this art was actually intended for, and they have no clue. They're not even sure who the artist is for it.
Do you have anything up ahead that's among your favorite things?
Of course, if you don't know what that is already.
One of Germ's favorite things.
There you go. The bob around boats.
Nice.
I mean, Pineapple Princess. If not for that, we wouldn't have the Sherman Brothers, really. There's the original lobby. The Walt Disney Adventureland Steel Drum Band. I can't think of the special.
Follow us to Walt Disney World. I knew exactly what you were going to talk about.
Yes, that is one of the scariest.
Because that's the guy who does if you talk to a creature, don't hold your breath.
Well,
something like that.
And Tommy Toon is in there dancing through Fort Wilderness Campground, and
that was a different one. That's the opening special, I think.
No, then look up Tommy Toon and Lucille Ball's daughter, Lucy Arnaz. Yes, they were in a special, and it is one of those ones that still haunts my nightmares.
Is that the one where he was like running down the street?
They do the hoedown through Main Street.
Wait a minute. I think. Hold on.
And then, of course, they have the entire entrance area blocked off. But they do have the concept art, which I've not seen this.
I think we used that one when we first got the.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
Was that one? Not to take over the concept art, sorry.
No.
Oh, okay.
I can't. I want to say it was early on because it had Lucille Arnaz in one hotel, Tommy Toon in another, and then one of the famous 70s TV guys was in another hotel, and then they all met in the park and danced around.
And there's Maui.
Yeah.
Can you do You're Welcome for us, Jeremiah?
You're welcome.
Okay.
So
I should have known better. I'm sorry.
This I could have given the Mike C answer. No. This was the Polynesian village concept, which I believe is the two guys that do everything amazing. They created they created the parade at Disneyland, and Kevin and Jody. I believe this is their artwork.
So is that a newer piece then, or original?
No, this is newer, because it has the Bora Bora bungalows and the extension. Yeah, and
And no
Lilo's
way out
Playhouse.
there.
Yes, Lilo's Playhouse, which never really opened. So here we go. We're taking a look at the lobby, and we're going to call it quits now. I will
Okay.
focus on the Christmas tree. And then if you stay tuned later on, we'll have an update on some of the merchandise that is in the boutique.
I'm sorry, the what?
The boutique. That's the
Like
name of
like
this
a
store.
haunted mansion place? The Boo Tiki? Oh, it's the Boutique.
That garland is in the worst spot.
Yes, it is.
Boutique, if you want to, or Bo-key.
This looks like it's Boki.
Yes. I had some Bo-key the other night for dinner, and that was really good. Okay, so there we go. Plug
All
away.
right, guys. Well, remember we we have a lot going on, so like and subscribe. I'm pulling up my stuff for right now because we've got a lot happening today. I know at coming up in just a few hours, we have the Mando Monday Roundup with Mike C and Rebecca. They're going to talk about everything. They're going to talk about everything Mandalorian, from merchandise to recapping the latest episode. And I'm not a huge fan, let me rephrase. I'm not really familiar with everything going on in The Mandalorian, but somehow I know all about this episode. So I'm sure they have a lot to talk about. If I know a lot about it, then I'm sure they've got plenty going on. At 4:00 Pacific time, we have the Disney Parks Talk Live. Jeremiah, are you going to be around for that one?
I will be.
And everybody, the rest of the crew will be there talking about the latest happening in Disney parks around the world, around the country, and even other not Disney parks too. And then later tonight at 7:30 Pacific time, the Laughing Place Movie Club will take a look at the new Disney Plus original Godmothered with Isla Fisher and the other woman whose name escapes me. But that's it. So like and subscribe. I cannot remember her name right now. Jeremiah, got anything?
Nothing at all. I'm walking over to one of my favorite hidden Mickeys, and then we'll call it quits.
That is good. I don't usually come in the front door, so I don't think I've ever seen that one.
And it was there when the old volcano water feature used to be here. They kept this. They redid almost everything around it, but it's still there.
Nice. All right, well, bye, everybody.